Welcome back, my ad riding friends. Today it's time for an initial review of the Motoz RallZ. I got the new tires yesterday, so I got rid of the Adv 3s that is originally mounted on the 790 R. Well, it's really windy today, but I hope you hear what I'm saying. Well, I mounted the tires yesterday and did a static balancing. Worked very well. The weight of the tires is 5 kilos for the front and 8.7 for the rear tire. So I think they are on the heavy side. So I was curious if that could affect how the handling is on the bike. What I'm done today is I started up with 2.5 kilos or 2.5 bar in tire pressure. Did some tarmac and back roads and got the feeling of the bike, if there are any noise or so. Well, they're not more noisy than the Adv 3, so that's great. Not that bother very much because I ride most gravel and off-road, so doesn't make any noise on that kind of surface. However, the bike got very tippy into the corners with those 2.5 bars. That was just for testing. So I did some back road riding, tested them, and some roundabouts, many turns, just to see how far I could lean and if there were any problem. It's like 10 degrees Celsius out today. The static balancing seemed to work well. I tried it in 120 kilometers, no problem. Then I did some trail riding in wet conditions as well, and some path and gravel roads. Before I did that, or I would say after I did the wet stuff, I aired down to 2.1 bar, and that made much difference. Most in the handling, it didn't get that tippy into the corners. Now it's very neutral in the corners, and that worked very well. For road, I will suggest about 2.1, 2.2. It worked well off-road as well, what I could feel. Mostly I used to go 1.5 with the Adv 3s, and probably we go down with these as well if it got tougher. However, that 2.1 seems to be a good mix. Neutral steering into corners, no noise other than you can expect. They grip very well in this 10 degrees Celsius. I did some off-roading. What I could say, it's difficult to say if that's much different from the Adv 3s. Probably they are a lot better. I need to try them out more, and this is a very initial review. I have to come back on that later on with more kilometers on these tires. They felt very grippy, and that builds up confidence, and I think that is the most important thing with tires. You can have endless discussions about tires, what is best and so on, but knobbies are good when you're riding in wet conditions and so on. On gravel, it doesn't really matter that much. However, with the built-up confidence, you can ride a little bit faster. You keep up some speed, and that helps you very much when riding off-road with the skill, or how you control the bike in off-road situations. So that's a good thing when you have tires that you are more confident with. I have one more little tip that is related to tire testing. Well, I have this little pump with me. It's not electric. It's a manual pump with a digital display, so you can test your pressure. This pump is originally for sports bikers, no bicyclists, and it's manual. It has this that you can hold it with your foot while pumping, and this has as well 2 gears, one for pump volume, and you can also tip this down or up and you get the second gear for high pressure. It's a very nice pump. I think it's the best there is to bring with you if you don't like the small electric ones. So I've used this to control the pressure and also adjust if needed. It works on many different type of valves, for high pressure valves and so on, that these sports bikers like. Comes with a little bag. I think that KTM as well have this little pump branded actually, but this is bought directly from the original biker's dream. Everything fits nice in this little bag, and it also has some fasteners for a frame, typical for a bicycle, but I know that it also works to fasten on a pannier rack if you want to, but I always keep it inside the bag to keep it clean and dry and free from dust. Very handy when you're testing tires, or if you want to differ the pressure when you are on a trip. If you go on a longer trip and you go off-road, you can lower it, and if you go a lot of tarmac, you could higher the pressure. Well, that was all for today, folks. Probably I forgot something, but please comment and ask any question you want about these tires. I think they will do better than the Karus at least, and I will be very happy with them. Well, at next episode I will test my new hammock and sleeping system. So if you like to ride into the wild for ad riding, camp and cook or whatever, hang on. See you.